What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. And today we're taking a look at there is only 1 million Bitcoin left to be mined, and the supply cap will be over. So, Bitcoin supply is approaching the 20 million mark. As you know, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, but the final million will take another 114 years to mine. That is pretty crazy here. So, out of a fixed supply of 21 million coins, more than 95% of all Bitcoin that will ever exist is now in circulation, which means it's all been minted. Remember, it's not entirely in circulation as wallets have been lost, it's not floating around and whatever other types of situations. But the point here is 20 million has been minted. And this article is brought to us from CoinDesk here. And I don't know if they have a dark mode. Maybe you got to make an account or something. Not 100% sure, but I apologize for the flashbang. And if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that like button. Now let's continue on with what's going on here. So, what to know? The number of BTC in circulation is approaching the milestone of 20 million. More than 95% of all Bitcoin that will ever exist is now in circulation, highlighting how advanced Bitcoin is along in its predetermined supply curve. At the current price, 99% of Bitcoin's total supply will be mined by January 2035. Are you looking for ASIC miners but just not sure who to trust? From most popular brands to bestsellers to miners of the week and even deals of the moment, ASIC Mining Central has you covered to the cheapest prices out of any ASIC website, as well as import fees will be low with low tax with DDP or invoice, and code RABID will grant you an additional $50 off your order. Head on over to ASIC Mining Central today for all your ASIC mining needs. Links down in the description. Now back to our regular scheduled program. So, Bitcoin at the current price of just over $71,500. Looks like we have a rebound happening as we were down to like 65 or something just the other day, is on the brink of reaching a major symbolic milestone with the issuance of its 20 millionth coin. According to the Clark Moody dashboard, 19,996,979 BTC have been minted, leaving just roughly 3,000 BTC remaining before the 20th millionth Bitcoin is reached, roughly 7 days away at current issuance rates. Once that threshold is crossed, more than 95% of the fixed 21 million supply will be in circulation, with just 1 million coins left to be mined over the next century. So remember, about 114 days to get that last 1 million, or 114 years, not days. Make sure we get that right. Satoshi Nakamoto hard-coded the 21 million cap into Bitcoin's protocol, and everyone else also continued to fork it. I just thought I'd throw that in there. To create a form of money with absolute scarcity, contrasting sharply with fiat currencies that can be expanded by central banks. Although Satoshi never fully explained the specific number, the fixed limit established credibility around predictable supply. For Bitcoin maximalists, the cap is foundational. Any suggestion of changing it is seen as undermining Bitcoin's core value propositions as hard money. Bitcoin's scarcity is often compared to gold or oil, but while commodity supply can respond to higher prices through increased production or new discoveries, Bitcoin's issuance cannot accelerate. Its supply curve is transparent and immutable. Issuance has slowed through halvings, which cut miner rewards roughly every 4 years, pushing inflation below 1%, with about 450 BTC mined daily. At this pace, 99% of supply will be mined by January 2035. The final full Bitcoin is expected around 2105, with fractional issuance continuing until about 2140. So the year 2140. So it's a ways away until all that Bitcoin is going to be minted. But we're feeling the effects right now as the block reward gets smaller and smaller. After that, miners will rely entirely on transaction fees. For supporters, the 20 million milestone reinforces Bitcoin's scarcity narrative as new supply dwindles. Well, for miners, it underscores the long term shift toward a fee driven revenue model that will ultimately determine the network security and economics. So it's pretty crazy, guys. It sounds like Bitcoin is almost fully minted, although there's going to be another 114 years left to mine. So there's still a lot there, but we are coming down to the final 1 million Bitcoin left. So that's pretty crazy, guys. That's actually pretty crazy. And I know how it's always said, there's, I don't even know how many millionaires and billionaires are in the world, but there's that saying where there's like, I don't even know, 200 million or, there's a crap ton of millionaires and billionaires. And if every one of them wanted one Bitcoin, there are only 21 million Bitcoins. So that'll ever be there. So when they're all minted, plus the ones that are lost and stuff, every millionaire will not be able to own one Bitcoin if they wanted it. So that's just pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. What do you think the price of Bitcoin could be, in 114 years from now when it's fully minted? Things are going to be pretty crazy. Now, when it comes to the mining side, profitability isn't looking that good. The only chance home miners have is literally one of those little mini bit axes that are solo mining Bitcoin right now. As a home miner with our power prices, we can't compete with the large farms that only have 2 or 3 cent power. So mining Bitcoin for most of us home miners ongoing isn't really an option, and it does suck. But for the most part, here we are, guys. Bitcoin supply is dwindling. What are your thoughts and opinions of the whole situation and the current state of the market? Let me know down in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.